Disney Lorcana Set 7 Archazia Island is coming soon, and during the set release weekend, local game stores around the world usually host sealed and draft events. So today, we will create a tier list for sealed and draft format. We will be ranking the best to the worst cards for this format to help you prepare for this upcoming set release weekend. But before we do that, let's quickly discuss and try to understand the choices on building a deck for this format. The goal is to create a solid mid-range deck. This means we want cards that can help us create tempo or momentum on the board. Cards that have a lot of unconditional face value in general. Aside from that, there are also effects and keywords that have high value for building these type of decks. Here are the type of cards we are looking for. Number 1, big bodies / value cards. Cards that have big impact in the state of the board. Ones with big stats, so you can do value trades with them, guaranteeing a 2-for-1 trade. Or any cards that can do 2-for-1 in general. Number 2, draw. Cards that can generate extra resources. In this format, you'll find yourself running out of cards a lot. So if you can find a good draw card that can give you extra fuel to keep running, take it. Number 3, evasive or answer to evasive cards. There's usually only few reliable removals in a set, and this is why we take advantage of this situation. Evasive characters are hard to remove in general, even in the constructed format. It's even harder in draft or sealed. So find those good evasive characters or find answers to them. Number 4, removals. Removals are a must pick for this format. They can guarantee a fair trade or an answer to a specific character card that's quite difficult to deal with, whatever the reason is. These are the things I usually keep in mind when creating a draft / sealed deck. There are also some cards that are amazing in general, but don't fit the rules we just created. So be sure to keep an eye out for those cards, and don't be afraid to break the rules. Lastly, be aware of how many uninkable cards you add to your deck. If it's a 40 deck rule, 6 to 8 max uninkables is ideal or safe. If it's 60, 12 max is usually what I would go for. Before we start the tier list, don't forget to smash that like, subscribe, and bell button. Don't forget to comment down below your thoughts or just leave an emoji, because it helps. Also, a friendly reminder that I also have a Metafy account where I do a lot of coaching services if you ever need help competitively. There's also courses and classes there to start you off on your journey as a competitive player. Now, what are we waiting for? Let's get on with it. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and start this off with the legendaries. I just want to say before we do this that I highly recommend, if you don't have the full collection already, if you didn't buy a bunch of boxes, if these draft and sealed events is going to be part of your collection, always pick the most expensive card. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. So pick Enchanted, first of all. Always pick that. Pick foil legendaries, foil super rares that are playable, that we know that are going to be expensive. Also, just legendaries in general, because legendaries is the rarest. I wouldn't say the same for super rares, because not all super rares are expensive. There's going to be some super rares that are definitely going to be expensive, and there will be rares that are going to be really expensive. So if you have knowledge on that, then go ahead and pick those cards first before you pick anything else. Other than that, pick whatever is going to make your deck good. Because remember, in draft, you're going to have 4 packs. So that means you will get a total of 48 cards. And only 40 is the minimum. You don't have to run the 8 other cards. So I would highly suggest that pick those expensive cards. If they are not playable in drafters or sealed, put them aside. With sealed, you don't have any problem, because of you don't have to pick that card. You don't have to pass the packs around. You open them and you own every single one of them. All right, so we're gonna go start with Archazia's not Archazia Island. Obviously, this is a set 7 Archazia's Island. We're gonna start it off with Legendary, and we're gonna be using tierborn.inc. If you guys haven't checked it out, you're missing out. This is probably the best site for Disney Lorcana tier maker. All right, for making tiers. So legendary draft and sealed. That's what I'm gonna call it. S7. Okay. So let's go ahead and create the tier list. Aurora is the first one that we got here. It's a Sigger 5. Whenever you remove 1 damage from a character, ready this character, she can't quest or challenge for the rest of this turn. Aurora doesn't fit the rules that we talked about in the intro. She's a 1/4 body that can quest for 2. You would have to pick something that removes the damage, whether it's a purple card that can bounce things around, like I believe it's Panic, right? A Panic that can do that for this set, and there are other cards that can do that as well. This is not a big body. This is not a big body. It's not a very cash money keyword. It's asking for a lot. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on C just because it has 4 willpower and it can quest for 2 and it's inkable. I'm going to put this in C. It's not completely unplayable on this meta. Minnie Mouse, 2 costs, uninkable. Minnie Mouse 1/2. Whenever you play a character, this character gets +1 this turn. Whenever this character quests, shows an opposing character loses 1 lore equal to this character's lore until the start of your next turn. Again, this is asking for a certain deck to be built around with, right? So you need to power play on 3, 4, 5 in order to be able to get the most out of Minnie. Minnie alone, if you didn't play a card, can't really quest for anything. She's most likely going to get 1 lore. There are times that she will get 2 lore, but even then, she's not very cash money, and she's uninkable. I would have to say that Minnie, compared to Aurora, will go to D. But get it, because it's a legendary. It's expensive. Next one is Donald Duck. Donald Duck is 7 costs, uninkable, 5/6 body, can quest for 3. Now, this is a pretty big body and can quest for 3. Opponents needs 25 lore to win the game. It can be useful as well, this keyword, but the problem is, like, most likely, most of the time, we don't get to 7 inks unless, like, we get, like, amazing draws that gets us to 7 ink. This will sit in your hand if you get this on your opening hand. Even if you get it like turn 2, 3, 4, it's most likely going to sit in your hand forever. So big bodies, it doesn't really matter if they're uninkable and they're this expensive. I wouldn't play them, and I'm putting this on D. I would never put that in my deck. This, on the other hand, 4 costs, inkable. The Queen, 4/3 body. That's a pretty decent body for a 4 cost. It's not the best. There's definitely better. But the effect is pretty good. Most likely in a draft anyways, or sealed, you will get like one of these. It's very rare that you would get a couple of these. So I would just add it on the deck, because unless like really you high rolled on most stuff that you got, then you probably won't put this. This is a very playable card. It can also race. It can also race against your opponent. It can add pressure, and it can also trade in general. And the best part is it's inkable. So I would have to put this on B. Again, the effect is it's not the best for draft, but the effect is pretty useful. It's not completely useless. These type of cards will go into B. Next one is Lady Tremaine. This is another expensive card. 6 costs, 3/3, can quest for 2. Return chosen damage character to the player's hand. Then each opponent discard a card at random. Now, this card is pretty nice in this format, but the thing is, again, it's expensive, and it's a small body that can quest for 2, and it has to wait a turn, and you have to exert it, and you need a damage character on the board in order to do something like this. This is completely unplayable, both in draft, sealed, and constructed. Return of Hercules, 5 costs. The Return of Hercules. Each player may reveal a character card from their hand and play it for free. Now, this, on the other hand, is definitely playable. It's definitely not the best card because it allows your opponent to play a card as well. But if your opponent has a pretty expensive cost, a pretty high cost character that is ultra megatonic, then it's not going to be nice for you, and there's no way for you to see their hand, right? There's no way for you to know what type of deck they build. This is playable, though. Very, very playable, in my opinion. And the fact that it's inkable, you can always just ink it. If you don't have a high-cost character in your hand, which most likely you won't, because I usually stop around like 6 cost. When I play. I wouldn't say this is unplayable, so I'm gonna put this on B just in case you get an ultra megatonic big body that you can play. 6 costs, uninkable, 5/4, can quest for 2, Balu. Your characters with 7 strength or more can't be dealt damage. If in constructed, it's already hard to make cards like this work. It's definitely harder in draft and sealed, and it's 6 costs, and it's an inkable. This is definitely going to D. Radigan, 4 costs, 3/3. Whenever quest for 1. Whenever you play an action while this character is exerted, gain a lord. This is a very small body for a 4 cost. And the thing is, you're most likely not going to play a lot of action, and you have to wait for a turn anyways and exert this in order for you to get that 1 lore. These type of cards is not very important in draft. I would put this on D. The only reason why Aurora made it there because of the 4 damage, and it has a possible what do you call this? A possible combo with cards like Panic. And this card, there's really not much combo except for like actions, and it's very rare that we take actions in the first place. So this is going to D for me. You can put that on C. D and C, like what I always say on my tier list, they don't really matter. It's the S, A, and B that we really usually discuss. 4 costs, inkable, 4/4 body, can quest for 1. You may exert 4 items of yours to play this character for free. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal an item card and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, you're not gonna be running 10 million items when you're playing draft and sealed, and that's just the truth. It's a bunch of down tempo play, and you can't always get the full synergy from it. This will be just a 4 cost 4/4 body that can quest for 1 at best. This is probably one of the things that you can get from it because it's a +1. I wouldn't say this is completely unplayable because the body is pretty good. It's 4/4. It's pretty solid. I wouldn't put this on D, but these type of cards will definitely go to C for me. Now, Tamatoa 4/5 can quest for 2. Again, most likely you're not going to be running a lot of items. If you play something like this, you will be putting it on the item. Whenever this character quests for free, you may play an item for free. If you do get the some playable items, this would be a pretty decent card to put in your deck. But even then, it's going to ask for you to build the deck a certain way. The best part of this is that it's inkable, and it's not the worst body. It's definitely not a great body in terms of 6 cost. There are way better bodies, right? King Stefan, we're gonna get into it later. It's a 4/7. It's only a 5 cost, and it doesn't matter. Like again, this keywords doesn't matter too much. I mean, they can help, but again, you need to have an item and you need to have them on your discard. I wouldn't put this on C or D. This is definitely a B card. Bagheera. This is an Ultra Megatonic card for draft and sealed. This is a 4/3 body, 5 cost, inkable, can quest for 2. It's bodyguard, and during an opponent's turn, when this character is banished, deal 2 damage to each opposing character. Whoever hits this will definitely get 6 damage minimum, right? Unless they have resist, obviously. But if they don't have resist, they're most likely going to get banished. Now, this type of cards are amazing. Amazing in this format. The body is definitely not the best for 5 cost, but because of the effect, it's just so good, and it's bodyguard as well, and it can quest for 2. They can't ignore this. They have to remove it right away. Otherwise, you will be questing for 2, or your other characters on the board will get the freedom to choose who they trade with. And you can get so many value trades by doing that. These type of cards are S tier in this format. Mickey Mouse, Inspirational Warrior, 1/1. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may play a character for free. Now, this can be a pretty decent card in draft, only if you pull cards or sealed, only if you pull cards that can buff it. If they can make this bigger in terms of strength, then go ahead, pull it. What are those cards? We have Jafar on 3 cost. We have Tramp, the 2 cost card. Those type of cards can definitely make cards like this amazing. If you get those, then go ahead, keep this. Most likely you'll just get one of it anyways. It's a 2 cost uninkable, I get it. But if you put this down, they're definitely going to get scared. They're not going to exert against you, and your other characters will exert for free and quest for free. If they decide to get a value trade against them, then Mickey Mouse will most likely just take them out. I would definitely put a card like this. I want to put it on S, but it's not good by itself. I'm putting it on A because it relies on others' help for it to be good. And a 1/1 like this, just so you know, it's pretty safe because they need to draw or they need to have removal in order to make this, or a pinger in order to make this go away. All right, let's go ahead and do super rares. We have Bolt, Shift 3, 3/5 body, can quest for 2 whenever you ready this character, gain 1 lore for each undamaged character you have in play. Exert, banish a chosen illusion character. This is an okay body for a 5 cost. This is my minimum for like a really good body is usually 10. So whether it's like a 4/6 or a 5/5 that can quest for 2, usually that's what I would pick for a really good card. But the effect is not bad. If you get to play this, and it's also inkable, if you get to play this on turn 5 and the opponent is not exerting because you're outvaluing what they have, this will get a lot of value. And for that, I'm putting this on it's like in between B or A for me, but yeah, I'm putting this on B for now. King Candy, 2/2 body, can quest for 2, 4 costs, uninkable. Whenever one of your other racer characters is banished, each opponent chooses and banishes one of their characters. Now, this can be pretty good. This can be pretty decent if you have some racers that you got. Although the racers are not like the most cash money characters in general. I would still play something like this if I get some racers. If you don't get any racers, you don't play this. And for that, we're putting it on B because it's asking you to have a certain card. Other than that, the face value of the card is pretty low. I'm putting this on B. Lady, this one is pretty nice. 5 costs, uninkable, 4/4 body, can quest for 2. Most likely you'll get 1 or 2 of these max during draft. If you open it in a pack, then you'll get it. If not, most likely someone will pick it up. It's Shift 3. When we don't care about like these shift mechanic. It's nice when you get it, but if you don't, the face value of the card is still pretty good. It's 4/4, can quest for 2. This is not like the obviously not the best body, but for what it does, it's definitely really good. And what it does is when you play this character, you may return up to 2 cards with cost 2 or less from your discard to your hand. This is basically 2 draws. Right. I understand that on draft and sealed, most likely your 1 or 2 cost is not going to be very cash money, but the fact that it can bring them back, it's just a free draw. I read this as a 4/4, can draw up to 2 that you will most likely use for ink, and for that, because of its draw power, I'm gonna put this on S. 6 costs, 5/5 body, can quest for 2. Usually these are 5 cost inkable cards. At the start of your turn, look at the cards in your inkwell. You may play a puppy character from there for free. Again, this is asking for a puppy. I wouldn't say this is completely unplayable. It's definitely a pretty decent body. 5/5 can quest for 2. Even though it's 6 costs, again, this would have been amazing if this was 5 costs, but it's not completely unplayable. If you're lacking big bodies, this is something that I would add to the deck. Just as a finisher in general, and for that I'm gonna put this to B. Even better when you get good puppies. 6 costs, inkable, 2/6 body, can quest for 2. Again, we don't care much about the Shift 4. Whenever this character quests, you may return a song card with cost 3 or less from your discard to your hand. The body is quite small. I wouldn't play this on 6, honestly, even though it's questing for 2. It's just super small. There are way other better cards. If you don't have any like ultra megatonic cards for that, then maybe pick it up. I wouldn't put this on D because it's inkable at the end of the day. This is definitely a C card for me. 4 costs, inkable, 2/4 body, can quest for 2. Definitely not an ultra megatonic body, but a decent one. During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your illusion characters is banished, you may return that card to your hand. This effect, though, on the other hand, especially if you get Raja, if you get the Cobra, if you get the what do you call this? The Iago, this card can definitely go a long way. So this card, if it's a 2/4 body then quest for 2, I would usually put that on C. If it's inkable, it's still somewhat playable, but because of the effect, this is really good. I'm putting this on B. It might get better if you get an illusion. Now this one on the other hand is a 12/12 body quest for 3. Now this is an ultra megatonic body. I understand during your turn, whenever an opposing character is exerted, banish them. You have to force exert your opponent to even like proc that. But because it's 10 cost, you're most likely not gonna get there unless you get the small Tika, Tekka, and you shift it with this. Then maybe it's a big maybe. I'm gonna put this on D just because of it's asking for a lot. It's asking for ink, which never happens. 10 inks usually never happens. It's very rare on drafter and sealed. 7 cost, inkable, 3/8 body. That's a pretty big body right there. Can quest for 2, and it's evasive as well. Whenever another character is banished in a challenge, return that character to its player's hand. Then then the player discards a card at random. This is an okay effect. It's not like the most ultra megatonic, but like it gets really good towards the end because usually your opponent most likely won't have any cards anymore by turn 7. And this is inkable as well, and it's shift 5. There is a baby Isma that is not bad at all. Honestly, I would definitely put this card in between B or A. If this is B, if you don't have the Isma shift. This is A if you got the shift Isma. So I'm gonna put this right now for B because it's conditional. 7 costs, uninkable, 5/5 body, can quest for 2. This is just way too expensive for that. It's shift 4. If you can find the smaller LSS, this would probably go up a little higher. But whenever this character quests, you may exert a chosen character. If you do, and you have a character named Anna in play, the chosen character can't ready at the start of their turn. Now, again, this card will only get better if you have Elsa and Anna, but for now, like a card like this, I'm going to put on C because it's asking for too much. Now, if you can find those, this can possibly move to B. I'm going to put it on C. 2 costs, uninkable, show me more. Each player draws 3 card. You don't really want to spend 2 inks for you to draw 3 and your opponent to draw 3 as well. You then go behind on ink value. Because whatever you're using there, they're most likely going to use to up tempo their board. This will be a down tempo play that doesn't just benefits you but also benefits your opponent. I'm putting this on D. Queen of Hearts, 5 costs, uninkable, 2/6 body, can quest for 2. The body's definitely not ultra megatonic. It's not the worst either. Floodborn, shift 3. Whenever another character is played, put a damage counter on them. This is because it's uninkable. It's a big minus. If this was inkable, then we can maybe talk. But because it's uninkable, it's not very cash money. I would say this is in between C or D. But for now, I'm gonna put this on C. Because if you find the other Queen of Hearts, then maybe you can play it. Now, 7 costs, inkable, quest for 3, 4/6 body. That's a pretty ultra megatonic body, and it also have a shift target that draws you a card, and that will be in a pretty decent spot. The other hero, shift 5. Your Floodborn characters that have a card under them gains evasive and ward. This is pretty good. Now you're not gonna have a lot of like Floodborn characters, but for the body, 4/6 that can quest for 3 and the shift, and it's inkable as well. I would definitely add this to my deck as one of my finisher, or can play it on turn 5. I'm putting this on B if you don't have the shift target. If you have the shift target, this is definitely an A. But I'm putting this on B for now because again, it's asking for something. 6 costs, uninkable. Inkable, 5/5, can quest for 2. It's an inkable one. So this can be a finisher, like 5 and 6, I guess, like 5/5 quest for 2 is not bad. While this character is exerted, opposing character can't exert to sing songs, and your pirate characters gain resist +1. Now this can get better. this is in between A and B. It's A if you have pirate characters, and it's B if you don't. I would definitely put this on B because again, it's conditional. It's a pretty solid card though. 9 cost, inkable, 7/7 can quest for 3. Now, this one is for each item you have in your discard, you pay 1 less to play this character using her shift ability. Most likely, you're not going to get the most out of that because you would need to run a lot of items, and a sealed deck that has a lot of items is not very cash money. Whenever this character quests, you may put up to 3 item cards from your discard on the bottom of your deck. Gain 1 lore for each item card move this way. I'm putting this on C just because it's not the most cash money like effect. The body is definitely amazing, but you need to play the bell. You need to play the bell in the first place, and that bell is okay in draft. It's not the best in draft because you have to remember you would need a bunch of items first of all. Now let's say that the item that you banish gets an effect like the unconventional tool, right? Gets an effect. It -2s your next item that you play. But then again, you have to play a lot of item, right? On 1 cost, sure, it doesn't matter much, the 1 cost characters, but I would much rather play a 1 cost character than an item and then banish it and play Bell. Because most likely if I do that, I'm spending 2 cards to play a 3/3 early. I can just do that later on. Resource war is a real thing in draft and sealed. It's no joke. So for that, I'm putting this on C. I don't think it's completely unplayable, but it's not ultra megatonic. 7 cost inkable, 7/6 body, evasive. That's pretty huge. That's really, really, really big. Can quest for 1 whenever this character challenges another character. Your other characters gets +1 this turn. I think that this card is pretty decent in this format. I would definitely put this on B because it's a pretty good finisher. Pretty much nothing can remove this on this set unless you have a straight up like a banish card. This is gonna value trade against pretty much anything that you wanna hit with it, and it's gonna take it out. It's gonna take it out most likely, and the fact that it's evasive, but the keyword is also nice because you can just take something and then get ahead with lore, right? Which is ultra megatonic. I'm definitely putting this on A. Excuse me. The next one is Mulan. 7 cost, inkable, 5/6 body, can quest for 2. Shift 5. This one definitely has a pretty good target for this set. The 1 cost Mulan is really, really good. And this is also evasive. It's a 5/6 body that can quest for 2. If you can shift that Mulan, you're most likely going to win the game with a character like this. When this character challenges another character, your other characters gain this character can challenge ready characters this turn. That's ultra megatonic. I'm definitely putting a card like this on A. S if you get the other Mulan. Maid Marian, 4 costs, 3/3 body, can quest for 2. During an opponent's turn, when one of your ally characters damaged, deal 1 damage to chosen opposing character. This is not bad. It's not the best in terms of body, but the effect is not bad. If you get a bunch of ally, this can definitely go up a tier. Your character's name, Lady Cluck, gain resist +1, and that will bump it a tier as well. But for now, I would put this card on B. I think this can be an A if you can have a decent amount of allies and you can have Lady Clock as well. I think this really is like in between B and C if you ask me, but I'm gonna put it on B. Gone to 4 costs, 2/4, uninkable. Most likely you're going to have a 1 of this, 2 ofs at the most in the format. When you play this character, characters can't exert to sing songs until the start of your next turn. Each player pays 2 more to play actions or items. I personally don't like running actions or items in my draft and sealed deck unless it's an ultra megatonic action like obviously or song. It would be really nice, but most of the time it's kind of hard to find those. So most likely your deck you can not just like build around this, but most likely the default version of your deck is already built around it. So punish the people that are gonna play actions, punish the people that are gonna play items by playing this, and it's a pretty decent body as well. 2/4 is not bad. It's definitely not great, but yeah, it's a pretty decent body with an ultra megatonic effect, and for that I'm putting this on A. And that would be it. All right, let's get to the rare stuff. There's a lot. I'm gonna try to get faster with this. Once we get to commons and uncommons, I think that's legendary, super rare. We can definitely discuss because they have effect. Commons and uncommons, most likely. A lot of them are vanillas. They're very simple. Rare. I'm just gonna put draft. Yeah. All right, next one is Rhino. 4/7 body conquester to your other characters gets +2 willpower. This is an ultra megatonic card. Now I understand it's a 6 cost, but basically what you need to do is play a bunch of big bodies. Set it from 1, 2, 3, 4. You can even skip 1 to make sure that you have ink to like go to this. Play 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you drop this on 6, and it's pretty much checkmate. If you can get this out. I'm going to put this card on S, even though it's an inkable. Some may argue that, oh, it's an A because it's an inkable, but the effect is just way too good. 4 cost inkable Perdita, 1/4 body can quest for 2. The body is not ultra megatonic. Whenever this character quests, you pay 2 less. For the next puppy character that you play this turn, your puppy characters gain sword. You have to build around a bunch of puppies and stuff like that. If this was 3 costs, a 1/4 that can quest for 2 can be a maybe for me, but because it's not, I won't even bother putting this to C. I'll put this on D instead. 5 costs, 4/5 body. That's a pretty decent body. Can quest for 2, and it's bodyguard as well. Once during your turn, when a card is put into your inkwell, your characters with bodyguard get +1 lore this turn. This is definitely not the best card out there, but because of the bodyguard and the 4/5 quest for 2, this is really good. This is like in between A and B. Bodyguards gets extra because they're really good when they're big bodies like this. I will put this on B for now because of the uninkable. 7 cost, inkable. 2/6 body can quest for 2. For each character you have in play, you pay 1 less to play this character. The beauty of this is that it's inkable. If your board is saying that, oh, I can play Tramp really cheap, like if you play this for 4 costs or 3 costs or even lower, you're basically gonna get so much advantage with a 2/6 body that can quest for 2. That's huge. That's huge. But the part that when you play this character, you may draw a card for each other character you have in play, then choose and discard that many cards. You can literally telegraph what's gonna happen if you are able to like play this for cheap. Because you most likely, like around turn 5, you'll most likely draw like 3 or 4, and you discard, and you can just choose what is the best moving forward from there. You can get rid of all the cheaper cards and just play big cards from there. I'm gonna put this on S. This is a really good card in the draft. 4 cost inkable. 2/4 body can quest for 2. When you play this character, you may put an item card, the glass slipper from your discard on the bottom of your card of your deck to gain 3 lore. The body is not ultra megatonic, and also the effect is just really bad. This is not completely unplayable though. If you don't have a good 4 cost, then this is something that you can add to your deck. I'm putting this on C. 5 costs, 3/3 can quest for 4. Whenever one of your characters sings a song, this character can't be challenged until the start of your next turn. Obviously, you're not going to have a lot of songs, so it's not going to be ultra megatonic in terms of effect, but the 3/3 body that can quest for 4 is definitely a threat. We also how good Gontu is. The 5 cost when played on draft before, it can be pretty good, but this one is like in between C or B for me, but I think because of the quest 4, I'm putting this on B. This could be your finisher. 6 costs, inkable, 5/5 body that can quest for 2, shift 4. Whenever this character challenges another character, you may return a razor card from your discard to your hand. I would definitely put this on A if you can get a bunch of racers during early game. But because you need to have racers to make this good, I'm gonna put this on B because it's a decent body for 6 costs. Just because of the 5/5 conquest for 2. This is an addition that can move up to A, but because it's conditional, I would put it on B. 3/8 body, 6 costs, inkable, conquest for 1. During your turn, whenever one of your other characters is banished, this character gets +1. 6 costs, 3/8 is the reason why I would play this. It's inkable, and this. Now, this is kind of like an extra, but it's really the 3/8 why I am playing this in the first place. It's not the most ultra megatonic card, so I'm gonna put it on B, just for the body. 4 costs, 2/4. Can I pet that dog? Quest for 1. At the end of your turn, if this character is exerted, you may ready another chosen character of yours and remove all damage. This can be pretty decent in draft. Like heal like this is pretty decent, but people can play around you. I definitely won't. I don't think that this is completely unplayable. I'm putting this on C. It feels like a very C card. The Family Madrigal can 5 costs, inkable, can be saying look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may reveal up to 1 Madrigal character card and up to 1 song card and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the top of your deck in any order. Again, like this card right here is okay if you actually like get some songs and get a bunch of Madrigal, but it's asking for 2 different things. You have to build your deck around this for this to be even good. The beauty of this card is that it's inkable. I don't think it's completely unplayable, but if you can build a deck around this, sure. But for that, I would put it on C. The Glass Slipper, this is just straight up going to D. It's completely useless in this format. It is a form of draw, but it's asking for way too many things, and it's an inkable as well. I'm putting this on D. 5 costs, 1/4 body, conquest for 2. Really bad body. Once during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may return a chosen character, item, or location with 2 costs to their player's hand. Then that player draws a card. It's just really bad, both on draft and draw and constructed. Honestly, sorry, Y Breezy. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. 4 costs. Inkable, 4/6 body, conquest for 1, evasive, vanish. Again, people need to have actions in order to remove things like this. You can play it safe if you don't want to run this, but the beauty of this, like, you can somewhat like read your opponents, right? So you can just hold this in your hand and play this as your last card, and this would be ultra megatonic. Once you get the feeling of, okay, well, they skipped 4, they didn't play Iago, they most likely don't have it. Right, and you can just keep playing, and if this is their last card on your hand, play it. This would be ultra megatonic if you play that. They won't have an answer to this unless like they top deck. Most likely, if you play this as your last card, they're already on their last card as well, and they're playing top deck. If they top deck an action that can banish this, banish this, then good. If not, again, it's all luck. I would put a card like this because of how big it is and it's evasive. I would put this on A, and you can just be smart on when you play it. It's inkable as well. 5 costs, uninkable, 2/6 body, conquest for 1. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and exert one of their ready characters they can't ready at the start of their next turn. This is a pretty decent body. 2/6 is no joke. Like, willpower is really huge when it comes to this, but the fact that they have to exert one of their characters can be pretty useful. Most likely you'll get like 1 or 2 of these in your deck. Like, again, like the rares, most of the time it's like 1 or 2 in your deck. It's definitely not the most ultra megatonic card out there in terms of body, but exerting can be very useful, and for that I'm gonna put it on B. The uninkable is what made it like go down from A to B in my opinion. 6 costs. Uninkable, 4/6 body, conquest for 2. When you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to another chosen character of yours. To banish a chosen character would cost 3 or less. There are some pretty big bodies on 3 costs that you can't really value trade against. And this is basically like, this is almost like Medusa or Tremaine on 6, except it has a different condition, right? And the 4/6 body is huge. I would put a card like this on, it's in between A and S. I think I'm gonna put this on S because of the body is already really good and the effect is really good as well. Madam Mim, 6 cost. Inkable, 4/5 body can quest for 2. Whenever this character quests, exert a chosen opposing character. This can be really good in draft and sealed, but really bad in constructed. But let's keep the talk on draft, Earl. I'm gonna put this on A because of the body is decent and what it does is pretty decent as well. You can start forcing trades during your turn when this quest, and also when this quest, it's a 4/5 body. It's quite hard to remove. I'm gonna put this on A. It can be an S, honestly. 5 costs, uninkable, 4/4 body, can quest for 2. Ward is really powerful in this Schmeeky McDoodles in this format. Event in fact would cost you to discard 1 or more cards. You don't discard. The effect though is not like the best in my opinion, but because of the 4/4 body quest for 2 ward, I'm definitely putting this on B. 1 cost 0/1 body Merlin, clever, clairvoyant, quest for 1. You can read this, it's too long and I don't want this video to be 10 million years. You cannot get the right name for sure 100% in this format. It already is hard in constructed. You have to guess a character and then to turn the top of your deck into an ink. It's a really small body as well. I would never run this in draft. 3 costs, inkable, 1/4 body, can quest for 1. Challenger 2. During your turn, whenever this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand and gain 3 lore. During your turn, whenever you challenge with this, most likely you're not gonna get banished. It's gonna be 1/1. But for the big body, for the 3/4 body, I would definitely add this still on onto my deck. It's in between A and B. That's what really makes it good, is the 3/4 when it's challenging. I put this in between A and B, but I'm gonna put it on B for now. Restoring the Crown. Exert all opposing characters. Whenever one of your characters banish another character in a challenge this turn, gain 2 lore. This is really good in constructed, but this can also be really good in draft if you get the proper mid-range bodies that you can from 1 to 5. This will definitely close in the game for you. You have the choice of who goes, and you get a bunch of value trades in general. I'm gonna put this on A just because it's uninkable. It limits your choices during your turns. 4 costs, uninkable, 4/4 body, can quest for 4. Sheer Khan. When you play this character, discard your hand. I understand this is uninkable. You probably just have one of this anyways. This is an ultra megatonic card. You can play this as your last card, and this is still really good. And this opens up for like a turn 5, turn 6 power play where, okay, I'm running out of cards in my hand. Well, let me ink, play a 1 cost or a 2 cost character and let me play this. And now my hand is empty. And you played a 4/4/4. That is amazing. I'm putting that on S. 6 cost, inkable, 3/6 body, can quest for 2. Whenever this character quests, opposing damage character gains reckless during your next turn. Now, this is not the best body in terms of this, but it's playable enough because of like it quests for 3 as well. That's just big, but the effect can be also pretty useful. So I definitely would put this in between A or B. I can't decide right now. I'm just gonna put it on B for now because of like the body is not the biggest. Actually, this feels more like an A. I'm gonna put this on A because of the quest for 3. 6 cost, inkable, 3/5 body, can quest for 2. When a damaged character challenges another character, you may draw a card. This is ultra megatonic. If you have the Queen of Hearts that we talked about earlier and you play this on 6, this can be really good. Again, the body is okay, 3/5 quest for 2, but it's a draw engine, and that's why I'm putting this on S. 2 costs, 1/1. 2 costs, uninkable, 1/1, quest for 2. Whenever this character challenges, you may return an action card that is in the song from your discard to your hand. Again, I'm not gonna build a deck for this. It's way too small to do that. I'm putting this on D. 8 cost, uninkable, 6/5. You can't even shift it. Can quest for 3. I mean, it's an okay body for an 8 cost. But once you're during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, chosen opponent chooses one of their characters and return that card into their hand. You're most likely not gonna get to this. Honestly, it's way too expensive, and for that, I'm putting this on D. Just because it will never see play. It's very rare. 8 costs, inkable, 6/4. If an opposing character was damaged this turn, you pay 2 less to play this card. So basically, this is a 6 cost inkable, 6/4 body that can quest for 2. That's pretty good body. But it's also resist +1. That's a really good body. Whenever you play an action that isn't a song, you may deal 1 damage to chosen character. You most likely won't be able to do this, but for the body, it's really good. I'm putting this on A. A 6 cost 6/4 with +1 resist can be really good. 2 costs, inkable, 1/3 body. If you have a character named Lady in play, you pay 1 less. When you play this character, chosen character of yours gets +1 this turn. Again, if you have for each other characters you have in play, if you have the Mickey Mouse, this is something that I would run. If not, I would much rather choose like a bigger body on turn 2 or something with a better effect. But if you don't have a good turn 2, this is pretty okay. So I'm putting this on B. The extra reach for the damage is nice. 4 costs, uninkable, 3/3, quest for 2, damage character, can't challenge your characters. This is okay. It's not the worst. It's not the best either. It's an inkable. That's the worst part of it. You know, if you still have some space for an inkable, this is definitely something that I would run. I think this is definitely like a solid B. Maybe a C at some parts, but yeah. 3 cost Ink Geyser. Each player exerts all the cards in their inkwell. Then each player with more than 3 cards in their inkwell returns cards at random from their inkwell to their hand until they have 3 cards in their inkwell. I will never run this in draft, and one of the reasons why is this is a big down tempo play. You're spending 3 to do this. And you're giving back cards to your opponent. Sure, both of your inkwells will go back to 3, but you get some cards. Your opponent gets some cards. If you were going second, this is not going to be very cash money. Again, it's a 3 cost down tempo play. I would put this on D. I would never play that on draft. 6 costs, uninkable, 5/5 body, can quest for 2, banish. Exert, pay 2, banish 2 of your items, deal 5 damage to chosen character. Again, these type of cards are just asking for way too much from draft. It's already asking a lot in constructed. The 5/5 body is okay. It's definitely not unplayable, but because it's 6 cost uninkable, I'm putting this on C. 5 costs, 4/4 body, can quest for 1. Whenever one of your characters challenges, they and it's not other characters, just characters, so meaning it applies to this. They gain resist +2 during that challenge. During your turn, whenever one of your characters banish another character in a challenge, gain 2 lore. This is an S tier card, easy. But I will also like to explain another Ultra Megatonic combo because there's no color restriction for draft and sealed. If you have the Crown 6 cost action from Purple Steel, it's basically GG. You're gaining 4 lore for every challenge, and your characters are not getting banished because they get resist +2. You exert everyone with that card. The Crown card, 6 cost action, the Jafar one. It's GG if you can get that. So I'm putting this on S. It's just really good in general, but if you can get that, it's tier 0. 4 cost, inkable. 5/2 body, can quest for 1. The body can be scary, sure, but when you play this character, you may banish chosen item of yours to draw a card. If the banish item is named Maurice's Machine, you may also banish chosen character with 2 or less. This is an okay card. The willpower is way too low. It's definitely not completely unplayable. Now, if you have those items, it even goes up. But even then, when you have those items, it goes to like probably B at the most. But yeah, it's inkable and it's 5 damage. I'm putting this on C. All right. 8 costs, inkable, 6/4 body, can quest for 3 once during your turn. Whenever a card is put into your inkwell, deal 2 damage to each character in play. This also damages itself, just so you know. It doesn't say deal 2 damage to other character. It's to each character in play. This also damages itself, but it's 8 costs and it's so expensive, and it's not like the most ultra megatonic effect out there, because it can easily backfire on you as well. I'm putting this on D. Don't play that card in Drafter Sealed. 2 costs, inkable, 2/2 body, can quest for 1. Whenever you play an action, you may give chosen character +2 this turn. Again, it's asking for an action. At best, this is just 2/2 can quest for 1. Honestly, that's what it is. It's asking for way too much. I'm putting this on D. I would never run that card. We've got company, 3 costs. Ready all your characters to gain reckless this turn. Now, this can be like a decent, like not a decent, but like an okay finisher at the very end, but it's an inkable. You'll never know if you get to that spot. This is a D card for me. Devil's Eye Diamond. Exert if one of your character was damaged this turn, gain 1 lore. 2 costs, inkable. This is too greedy. This is a down tempo play, a turn 2 or at any turns. It's not ultra megatonic for draft or sealed. Questionable and constructed. Maybe someone will experiment a 1 of this, but even then I don't like it at all. I'm putting this on D. 4 costs, Clarabelle, 3/3, can quest for 2, support. Your other characters with support gets +1. Support is pretty decent in draft. It's really good because it's extra reach in general. And there's also a 3 cost support, Robin Hood, in this set, 3/3 body. So this can definitely see some play if you get some supports. If you don't have other supports that are decent, then don't play it. As easy as that. I'm putting this in between B or C, but because it's asking for a very certain keyword, I guess it can go to B, honestly. It's an okay body. It definitely is not decent or great in turn 4. 3 costs, uninkable, 1/3 body, can quest for 2. Whenever this character quests, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may reveal any puppy character cards and put them in your hand, put the rest in the bottom in any order. This is going to D. You need to build around it. It's not even like that ultra megatonic. Quest for 1. 1 cost, uninkable, 1/2 body, can quest for 1. Once during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, look at the top card of your deck. You may put it on either top or 1. I'm gonna be honest with you. In draft and sealed, I usually skip turn 1 because I would much rather play the 2 to 7 instead of 1 to 6, if that makes sense. It's uninkable. And it's not, it doesn't help me on the board. I want something that will help me on the board. This is a D. Kita, 4 cost, 3/3, ward. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put 1 into your inkwell, face down and exerted, and the other 1 on the top of your deck. This is an ultra megatonic thing. First of all, information is amazing. Being able to choose between those 2 cards can be great. Nothing can target this. It's warded unless it's AOE card like the Returning the Crown. Is that the name of it? Will exert everyone, but other than that, this is like a super solid play on turn 4. You just start ramping, and when you exert this, it's a 3/3 body. It will either hurt someone or trade into another card. I'm putting this on S. 1 ramp can be huge in this format. 5 costs, 3/5, can quest for 2. When this character quests, if you have no cards in your hand, draw a character for each ally character you have in play. First of all, it's asking for me to not have no cards in hand. If I have a lot of allies, then I get to draw. This is not completely unplayable because the body is an okay body for turn 5, but it's definitely not ultra megatonic. This is in between B or C, but I'm going to put it on B. It feels more like a B. 3/5 body, support. There's your support from Clarabelle. 5 costs, inkable, can quest for 1. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Floodborn character card and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. This is an okay card with the 3/5 quest for 1 support. That's That's okay, especially if you see Clarabelle. The value of this gets high. It's inkable as well. This card will definitely get better if you have Floodborns in your deck. It feels like a in between B or C again, but I'll put this on B for now. This its support is just amazing. All is found. 5 costs. Inkable. Put up to 2 cards from your discard into your inkwell face down. This is a +1 because, like, number 1, it pays for itself because one of the card goes into your inkwell, and most likely when you sing this by that time, it can be you already have a discard. But the fact that you can do 2 with this, it can be pretty decent. I don't think it's ultra megatonic, and I don't think it's not even close to being bad. I'm putting this on A. The +2 ink can be big. 3 costs, inkable, 1/4 body quest for 2. During your turn when the card is put into your inkwell, this character gains +1 resist. So it's basically 1/4 resist, and then after like 2 or 3 turns, you stop inking, right? Or three or 4. It's an okay thing for me. You can definitely quest with this. You can get away with a lot of lore, but it's not trading. I don't like playing cards like this. I'm not trying to go aggressive when I play Drafter Sealed. I like value stuff in general, and for that I'm gonna put it on B. It's not completely unplayable. It's not great either. 2 costs, 0/1 bodyguard, resist +2. It's an inkable. This doesn't do anything for your deck. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. A lot of the cards, if the players were good on the Drafter Sealed, will have characters that have 3 strength, and this is just a free trade. This is just a free card that your opponent will take out. So putting it on D. Fazu, War Hero, 2/3, quest for 1. 3 cost inkable. Whenever one of your characters challenges another character, if it's a second challenge this turn, gain 3 lore. Now, this is just way too small for 3 costs, honestly. And again, I'm not trying to race when I play this format. I'm putting this on D. I'm never gonna play something like that on that. This card, on the other hand, is pretty nice. 4 costs, uninkable, 2/4 body can quest for 2. The body is okay. It's not ultra megatonic. When this character quests, you may play an ally character with cost 3 or less for free. That's pretty huge. That's an ultra megatonic power play. On turn 5, you basically can play up to 8 inks, right? While this character is exerted, your ally characters gets +1 strength, extra reach as well. I love this card. A 1 of this, even a 2 of this can go a long way in a draft. I'm putting this on A. Restoring Atlantis, 5 costs. Uninkable. Your characters can't be challenged until the start of your next turn. If you play fast and you play for this card, this can be an okay card. It's not bad, but again, you're not trying to go aggro on this format. You can go you can go fast mid range, sure. If you do that, then you have this, and it may work for you, but it's just not very cash money. It's not completely useless though. I'm gonna put this card on C. You have to play for this because of how expensive it is, and it's a 5 cost card. All right, let's go to uncommons and commons. All right, it's time for commons and uncommons. We're gonna go through this really fast because they have less ultra megatonic keywords, and it's most likely the bodies that we're getting here. So we're gonna start with King Stefan. This is I want to put this on S tier, but it doesn't do anything other than the big body. This is gonna be it's 5 cost, 4/7 body. It's definitely super solid. It's like Chenpo, and Chenpo is an S tier because of the bodyguard, but because this doesn't have that, this is going to A. 1/2 body, heals puppies, not very ultra megatonic, going to D. 2/2 body support, 2 costs. This is not completely unplayable. I'm putting this on C. Support is really nice. They're like in between B and C when they're like this small. 2/4 body for 3 costs. Exert if you have 3 or more other characters in play. Draw a card. Now this is conditional because it's asking for a lot, but this actually happens more often than what you might think. I'm putting this on 3. This forces opponents to exert, so you do some trades. But if it's value trades, there's really nothing that they can do. Draw is ultra megatonic. I'm putting this on in between B and A. But I think it's safe to say that it can make it to A. 2/4 is pretty big. 3/4, 4 costs, can quest for 2. This is an okay body. This is in between B or C, but I'm gonna put it on B because of willpower is higher and it can quest for 2 as well. Put it on B. We'll put those on B. 1/3, quest for 1, resist +1, singer 4. It's not ultra megatonic in a format like this. It's definitely not completely useless. Put that on C. Wendy Darling, 7 cost, 5/7, quest for 2, evasive. That's what's making this good. Whenever one of your other characters is banished, you may remove all damage from a chosen character. This can be a pretty decent finisher. I'm gonna put it on B for now because it's expensive. 3 costs, inkable, 1/3 body, evasive, singer 5. I'm putting this on B just because of it's evasive. It's 1/3. It can only quest for 1, but it can be a threat. Evasives are a threat in general. 3 costs, 3/4 body. Well, you have a character named Dolores Madrigal in play. This character gets +1. If you can get the Dolores, it might be good. But I mean, the 3/4 is pretty decent already for a 3 cost in general that can quest for 1. I'm putting this on B. Can possibly be A if you get a Dolores. 2/2 body, can quest for 2. Here's one of your razors. Whenever this character is banished, you may remove up to 2 damage from a chosen character. It's way too small. It's not ultra megatonic. Completely not unplayable because of cards that has synergy with Racer. 4 costs, inkable, 2/4 body, can quest for 2. Support, this is pretty good. Support in general is really good, and this is quite healthy as well, and it can quest for 2. It helps you remove stuff, things that can possibly threat this in general. I'm putting this on B. Pascal, 4 costs, 3/3, can quest for 3. Evasive, this is an easy S tier. Evasive that can quest for 3 with a 3/3 body, and it's only 4 costs. 2 costs, inkable, 1/2, can quest for 2. When you play this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from a chosen character, and they gain resist +1 until the start of your turn. You don't have to remove the body. They just gain resist. I don't think that's ultra megatonic, but because it's so cheap and it's so fast, this is something that you can use later on for a power play. You can use this pretty much any turn, honestly. I will put a card like this on B. 5 costs, inkable, 4/4 body, can quest for 2. Whenever when you return a racer card from your discard to your hand, you may ready a chosen racer character. They can't quest for the rest of their turn. Again, for the racers, this can move up, but a 5 cost, 4/4 body that can quest for 2. It's an okay. It's in between B or C. I'm gonna put this on. B for now. I think it's fair that it goes to B because it's playable still even without a racer. But if you can get that effect, it can be better. It's pretty generous as well that I put that on B, honestly. 5 costs, 3/7, quest for 2, puppy shift. The puppy shift is nice, but this is asking for you to run a bunch of puppies, and the puppies are not like the most ultra megatonic thing in the world, like the puppies that were added. Bodyguard. This is really good, just because it's 3/7 bodyguard that can quest for 2. We don't really care about this. I'm putting this on A. Actually, I'm putting this on S. This would be a solid S, I would say, if there is a puppy that you can shift it for. But if there's not, it's like in between A and S. But because there's some more stuff for the S, I'm putting it on S. The Prince, 2 costs, uninkable, 0/5, can quest for 1. Bodyguard, this is not completely unplayable. There are some lines where this can be ultra megatonic. This is in between B and C for me, but I'm gonna put it on B for now. 3 costs, 3/2 body, evasive, and support, can quest for 1. This is an ultra megatonic card because number 1, it's evasive and it's also support. I'm putting this on S. Snow White, 2/2, quest for 2, 4 costs, uninkable. This is also an S for me. just because, like, sure, it's not ultra megatonic in terms of trading, it's not value, but this is just free to lore every turn because there's not a lot of removals in this format. I'm putting this on S, and the fact that it's inkable, you can always just put it on ink if you have to play for the board. 3 costs, 2/2 body that can quest for 2. These cards are not completely unplayable, but they're too greedy. I'm putting this on C. 3 costs, inkable, 2/4, can quest for 1. When you play this character, you may choose and discard a card to give chosen character -3. The discard part is like what's making this like meh. You know, I'm not a big fan of discarding a card from my hand in order to like -3. The effect is pretty nice. I don't think it's completely unplayable. I'm putting this on B just because it's inkable. If you get some pretty healthy draws, this can definitely be ultra megatonic. I'm putting this on B for now. 3 costs, inkable, 2/4 body, Pepe Madrigal. When one or more of your characters sings a song, gain 1 lore. This is the body is 2/4, right? So it's a pretty decent body still. I'm putting this on C just because of the body, but not the effect. So much to give. Action, 2 costs, inkable, draw a card. Chosen character gains bodyguard until the start of your next turn. This is pretty nice. What do you call this? Pretty decent. Bodyguard is really big because there's a lot of big bodies. If you can turn them into bodyguard, if you can turn King Stefan into a bodyguard, it will be ultra megatonic. But this is a decent cantrip. I like it a lot. I think cards like this can be in between B and A. I'm gonna put this on A for now. It pays for itself. 1 cost, inkable, remove up to 3 damage from chosen character or location, draw a card. I like this card. I'm putting this on A again. Cantrips like this can be very useful. It helps me win my trades. Amber Coil, 1 cost, inkable. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. This can be very useful for draft or sealed, but it's definitely not ultra megatonic because eventually you stop inking. But for those turns where you're inking, if you can get this down, it's only 1 cost. People would think twice. I'm putting this on B. It's inkable as well. 2 costs, Spaghetti Dinner. Exert, pay 1. If you have 2 or more characters in play, gain 1 lore. I'm putting this on D. It's a big down tempo play. Canine Crunchies, your puppy characters gets +1. You're not gonna build deck for the puppies, right? You might have 1 or 2 puppies in there, but in general, you're not gonna build anything for it. I'm putting this on D. Tanana, 4 costs, 4/4, can quest for 1, 4. I'll put these card because it's usually 3/4 or 4/3 on 4 costs, but because it's 4/4, I'm putting it on B just because of it's a solid tempo play. 4 costs, inkable, 3/3, can quest for 2. When you play this, if you have an illusion character in play, you may draw a card. It pays for itself if you have an illusion. It's a pretty okay card. I'm putting it on B. Honey Marin, again, you're not trying to raise 2/2/2/1. It's not the most ultra megatonic thing. I wouldn't run this in my deck. I'm putting this on D. 4 cost, Madame Medusa, 3/4. Whenever this character quests, you may deal 2 damage to another chosen character of yours to put the 3 cards of your chosen player's deck into their discard. It's 4 costs, 3/4 body. That's the only reason why it can be playable, and it's inkable. That's why I'm putting this on C. It's not completely unplayable because the body is decent. 2 costs, 2/3. That's a pretty decent 2 cost body. This could be your target for the Elsa that we saw earlier. Whenever this character cross, if you have a character named Anna in play, gain 1 lore. The body is pretty decent, and this is pretty decent as well. It can be a shift target. This is in between B and C. If you find the Elsa, the other Elsa, it definitely goes up, but 2 3s and 3 2s is what you want. Preferably a 3/2 for 2 costs. This one is really tough. It's not like the most ultra megatonic card, but it's really tough. I'm putting this on B for now because it's a solid turn 2 play. Giant Cobra, on the other hand, is a 3-cost 4/4 body that can quest for 1. This has a vanish if you're. It feels bad if your opponent has an action, but again, there's not a lot of action that people would run. When you play this character, you may choose and discard a card. You do not discard and gain 2 lore for this unless you're trying to finish the game. You just establish this as a 4/4 body. I'm putting this on A. It's definitely not an S tier because of vanish. 6 cost, 5/6 body can quest for 2, challenger +2. This is basically a 7/6 quest for 2 for 6 cost. That's a pretty big body, and for that I'm putting it on A because of it's 6 cost. Usually it's like the 5 cost that makes it to S, honestly. It doesn't do anything right away. It's just a super solid card. 2 cost, inkable, 2/1, Isma. When this character is banished, if you have more cards in your hand than your opponent, you may return this card to your hand. These type of cards can be pretty annoying. It's also inkable, and if you need a 2-cost character to put it on your thing, it can be pretty decent, and that's why I'm putting it on B, just because it never ends, right? And it's cheap enough to be played again for a power play. 3 costs, inkable, 3/2 body. When this character is banished in a challenge, you may draw a card. I'm not 100% sure of this. It's definitely not the worst card because most likely you're going to be trading. It's not going to be taken out by an action. I'm putting this on B. It feels like a B card to me. Pain, 1/3 body, can quest for 1. These low attack is not very good, and most of you guys who follows me and watches me, you know I hate Pain because I love Olaf, and they're basically the same, but Olaf gives warm hugs. This is not something I would play on turn 1. Again, most of the time I skip turn 1. I add like 2 or 3 cards that are 1 cost in my draft and sealed decks. I'm putting this on D. Raja, on the other hand, this is an Ultra Megatonic card. 2 cost, 3/3 body. I understand that it's vanish and can quest for 1, but again, there's not a lot of actions and there's not a lot of pingers. Not just pingers, just like things that will target this in general. If they have it, they have it. If they don't, then the payoff is really big. This is a big character for 2 costs. Putting this on S. 3 costs, inkable, maybe in between S and A for that card, honestly. 1/4 body can quest for 1. Whenever one of your character challenges, you may move 1 damage counter from chosen character to chosen opposing character. It's a small body. This is a pretty nice effect. I don't think it's completely useless. In between B and C for me, but because it's only 1 damage, it might not even like make a difference because like a lot of your bodies are big and it's just taking out another body. So I'm putting this on C. Sven, this is an S tier card for this format. 2/6 body with rush, can quest for 1. When you play this character, chosen character gets -3 this turn. This just screams tempo play for me. And for that, I'm going to S, putting it on S. 2 costs on 2 cost inkable, 1/2 body, quest for 1, evasive, challenger +2. This is an Ultra Megatonic card for a format like this because it's basically 3/2 is what it is, right? With the challenger, but the evasive for a 2 cost is just amazing, especially if it's a 3/2 evasive. So what makes it great. I'm putting this on S tier, in between S or A. 4 costs, inkable, an inkable 2/2 body can quest for 2. It's evasive at the start of your turn. Choose 1. Each player draws a card, or each player chooses and discard a card. It's a very small body, and it's not like it's affecting your opponent. But for the evasive, it can be pretty good. You can play this on 4 and just keep choosing this card. If you would like. I don't think this is the best body out there. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna put this in between A or B. I think this can be an A. No, because it's an inkable, I'm putting it on B. 4 cost, Anna, Icebreaker, 2/3 body, can quest for 2 support. Support is Ultra Megatonic. It's a pretty small body, but when you play this character, chosen opposing character can't ready at the start of their turn. It's a pretty nice freeze, because you can freeze something when you play this, and then you support another character to make sure that you take out that character, right? I don't think this is the best card, but like this is definitely a solid B at the very least. Panic, 4 cost, 2/3 body, can quest for 2. When you play this character, you may move up to 2 damage counters from your chosen character to opposing character. This is a pretty good card. I don't think it's an S tier card, but having a bell on a 4 can be pretty decent. And it's still a threat because it can quest for 2. It's pretty easy to remove, but I'm putting this on A because it's a form of removal. 2 cost, quest for 2/2 body. Inkable, quest for 1. Whenever an opponent chooses this character for an action or ability, you may draw a card. They're not just going to choose this. It's and then it's a pretty small body. I'm putting this on D. I'm not going to run that card. Kashakim, 3 costs, 4/3 body, quest for 1. This is a big body. I'm putting this on B. These are the type of bodies that we want. 1 cost, 1/2 body, you can quest for 1. Whenever one of your characters sings a song, chosen opponent reveals their hand. It's 1 cost, but the problem is they have to sing a song in order to do that. It's basically a terrible Diablo for this format. I'm putting this on D. I would never run that. 7 costs, 5/7, quest for 2, shift 5, evasive, resist +1. It's a 5/7 resist 1 evasive that can quest for 2. And you have a Mufasa as well. That is a shift target. This is an easy S for me. The other Mufasa we'll see soon. It's a 4/4 body vanilla for 4 costs, and that will be at B tier. But those combined, it's an easy S. Magical maneuvers. Return chosen character of yours to your hand. Exert chosen character. 2 costs inkable. It doesn't pay for itself, really. This card. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm putting this on D. I would never play something like that. Unless you have the Mickey, then maybe you play for the Mickey, but then you don't really want to build for that Mickey. You just want good cards already, and then splash Mickey there where it fits with those good cards. 2 costs, this is my family, gain 1 lore, draw a card, it's singable. This is an okay cantrip. If you have cards that benefits from the songs, then maybe add one of these, and it can be nice for you. I'm putting this on B. Amethyst Squall, during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may move 1 damage counter from a chosen character to chosen opposing character. It's just too expensive. Big down tempo play for that one damage. You really play this until turn 4, and if you play this on turn 3, you're gonna lose the board right off the bat, and you're gonna lose the game. I'm putting this on D. It's an inkable as well. Drizella, 4 costs, 4/4. Again, these type of bodies, they go to B for me because they're decent bodies. 2 costs, 2/1. Whenever this character quests, you pay 1 less for the next action you play this turn. I don't play a lot of actions, and neither should you. There's only a few actions that are really, really good. I'm putting this on D. 2 costs, 3/2 body, can quest for 2. This character enters play exerted. A lot of times people don't play 1 cost character, and if this trades against 2 cost character or higher, this can be a big threat. This is definitely a super solid body. It's definitely not the best, but it's a solid enough body. I'm putting this on A. Thomas O'Malley, 4/2 ward, can quest for 1, 3 costs inkable. This is a really good card as well because of 4 can definitely take out anything at once, and if it quests, anything that hits it will get taken out as well, most likely in early game. And the fact that it has ward, it can't be removed. It's always going to try to trade through challenge. I'm putting that on B. In fact, I can see A on this, in between A and B. I'm putting it on B for now. Pete, 1/2 body. This can be your Pete target for the shift if you want that. Whenever you play an action that isn't a song, you may banish a chosen item. The only reason why I would play this is if I have the other big Pete. This is in between C or D. If that other Pete doesn't exist, I'm putting this straight to D, but I think I'd still put it straight to D. I just wanted to explain that can be your target. 3 costs, 3/3 body. That's okay. It's not decent. It's not good. But when you play a Floodborn character on this card, draw a card. If you get the other hero, this can be very good. I'm putting this on B just because of the other hero, but this is definitely what do you call this? In between C and D without it. So I'm just gonna put it on C. It can be a B if you get the hero. 5 cost, inkable, 4/3 body, conquest for 2. When you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to chosen damage character. It's not the most ultra megatonic body for a 5 cost, and it's asking a lot. But this could be like a form of removal. If someone got a fair trade for you, and they're in the range where 2 damage can banish that character, go ahead and play this. I don't think this is C, but this is definitely a B. It's conditional, but it's sinkable. So yeah, you equalize the trade value that they got and delete that basically. 2 costs, 1/2 body, quest for 1. You pay 1 less to play shift characters using their ability shift ability. I think this can be very useful. Although the body is really small, you can always ink this if your hand doesn't say that, oh, I have something to shift. If you don't have that, then you just ink it. And for that, I'm giving it a B. I don't like the body, but I like the Shmiggy McDoodles. 3 costs, 2/5, quest for 1. That's a really, really, really big body. This is in between B and A, but because of it's just a super, super big body. I'm putting this on A for now. 1 cost lady, 1/2, conquest for 1 while you have a character named Tramped in play. This character gets +1 lore. You can definitely run a 1 of this if you get the 2 cost Tramp, just to open you up for some power play, but I wouldn't run more than one of these. This is a bad turn 1 play. The only reason why I would run this is if I had a Tramp, because then I can bait them to exert. I play that Tramp for 1 cost and then buff this and then use this to trade with. So I'm putting this on B for now. And it's a shift target as well. Yzma, 2 costs, 2 inkable, quest for 1. When you play this character, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. This is a pretty good filter, and this is also a good target for the shift Yzma. I'm putting this on B. Pacha, 3/2 body, 3 costs. Again, okay body. Well, you have more cards in hand than each opponent. This character gets +2. This is not unplayable at all. If you get more cards in hand, you can exert this for 3, and it's a 3/2 body. It's gonna hurt someone or trade to someone. I'm putting this card to B. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, 4/4, quest for 2, 5 costs, inkable. It's an okay body for 5 costs. Whenever this character quests, you may return chosen damage character to their player's hand. That, on the other hand, can be really, really ultra megatonic in a format like this, and for that, I'm putting it on A because it's conditional that it's asking. Baymax, 5/5, universal shift, conquest for 2. When you play this character, if you use shift to play him, remove all damage from him. This is an ultra megatonic card for this format. This is an easy S. It's just a big bomb. It's easy to play as well. 4 cost, inkable, 4/3 body, conquest for 1. Resist +1. The resist +1 is what makes this ultra megatonic. This is already a pretty decent body, but the resist +1 is what makes it amazing. This character can challenge ready damage character. It's even a great icing on top. I'm putting this card to S. 4 costs, 2/3 body, conquest for 1. Evasive, again, we love evasive. Whenever this character quests, another chosen character of yours gains evasive until the start of your next turn. It's already a decent 2/3 quest for 2 evasive. The fact that it gives others evasive makes it even better. This is an easy S tier for this format. 3 costs, uninkable, 3/3 body, conquest for 1. When you play an action that isn't a song, you may ready chosen pirate character. Again, I'm not running actions that much. 3 costs, uninkable. That's pretty expensive for an inkable that I don't know if I'm gonna play. This I would never put this in my deck unless I don't have a choice. I'm putting it on D. 3/2 body, 2 costs. These type of cards is in between B and C. But this is a pretty solid turn 2 play. I'm gonna put this on B. Anastasia, 3/1 body that can quest for 1. Again, they don't have a lot of pingers, so this is an ultra megatonic card. This is already an ultra megatonic card, not because I revealed this card, okay? Some people are saying that. This is already an ultra megatonic card in the format alone. There's gonna be a lot of steel, so it can be questionable, but this is inkable. You can always ink this against steel in constructed, but we're not gonna dive deep on the constructed part of this. But for this format, this is an amazing card. It's 3/1 that can quest for 2, and whenever this character is challenged, the challenging player chooses and discard a card. This is a guaranteed 2/1 most of the time in this format. I'm putting this on S. Wake Up Alice, 1 cost, inkable. Return chosen damage character to their player's hand. I'm putting this on D. It doesn't even pay for itself. He's a tramp. Chosen character gets +1 strength this turn for each character you have in play. If it has another extra word, draw a card. I would run this, but because it's not, I would put this on D. Emerald Coil, 3 costs, down tempo play again. During your turn, whenever card is put into your inkwell, chosen character gains evasive. That, on the other hand, is ultra megatonic. I don't think this is an S tier card. This is in between A or B for me, I would say. This is in between A for me, but I think because of the evasive is just so valuable, I'm gonna put this on A. I'll run 1 of that. 2 costs. Inkable, 1/1 body can quest for 2. Whenever this character quests, you may give chosen character of yours +2 this turn. I'll just run a bigger body than this. I don't think it's completely unplayable. This is in between B or C. I'm gonna put it on C for now. Queen of Hearts, this is your shift target right here. 1/4 body. While this character has damage, she gets +3 strength. Again, you can just play this if you play for the shift Queen of Hearts, and this is a super solid target. I'm putting this on B. The Matchmaker, 4/3/4 costs 1. That's an okay body. These are the type of body that can be good on 4 costs. Whenever this character challenges another character, opponent chooses 1 lore. I'm putting this on B. The keyword is not ultra megatonic, but the body is ultra megatonic. This is ultra megatonic though. 3 costs, 3/2, and it's inkable. Reckless, resist +2. This is just gonna take out so much characters on the board. Your opponent is not gonna exert against you because of this. If you play this, I'm putting this on A. Stabbington Brother, 3/4 rush. Your other character's name Stabbington Brother gains rush. Quest for 1, 4 costs. This is an ultra megatonic card because of the rush. The body already is pretty decent, but rush is amazing. If you get the Stabbington Brother as well, this can be pretty decent. I'm putting this in between B or A, but for now, I think it's A because of the rush. It's basically a form of removal. 2 costs, inkable. 1/2 body can quest for 1. This character gets +1 strength for each other character you have in play. This can be an okay card. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good either. I'm putting this on B. Stabbington Brother. This is the other Stabbington Brother. 5 costs, 4/4. Can quest for 1. When you play this character, chosen opponent loses 1 lore. I think this is pretty okay card. I'm gonna put this on B. The other one is better. That one is B. It can be an A if the other one is in play. 1 cost, card soldiers, 1/2. While a damaged character is in play, and that's not just yours but your opponent's as well, this character gets +2 strength. I'm gonna put this on A because of the conditional, but the 3/2 body that can quest for 1 is amazing. 3 costs, 3/3 body, quest for 1. While you have an item card in your discard, this character gets +2. It's an okay card. It's definitely great if you have an item card in discard, but again, you're not planning to run 10 million items, and sometimes those items don't go to your discard. So I'm gonna put this on C for now. Toby, on the other hand, is an easy S. This is your best 1 cost character for this set. 3/1 that can quest for 1. It's an inkable. Run 1 or 2 of these. It's definitely going to be just a super solid play for you. Putting that on S. Beagle Boys, 3/3 body can quest for 2 whenever this character quests. Chosen character of yours gains rush plus resist this turn. This is a big threat on the board once you put it down. And the fact that it's not an ability, it's when it quests. Like you don't have to exert it. You can just gain 2 lore, decent body on the board, and the effect is just ultra megatonic. I think that this card is actually an S. In between S or A. It's up to you. 3 costs, uninkable, 2/3 body can quest for 1. This character can challenge ready characters. That's pretty big. Well, this character has damage. He gets +2 strength. I'm putting this on A because of this is ultra megatonic, but this is like pretty conditional. If you can meet that, it would be amazing. It can take out like the 4 cost or the 5 cost. But I'm putting this on A for now. Moana, this is an Ultra Megatonic card. 4 cost, inkable, 4/3 VOD, body quest for 1. That's already like BC for me, right? But because it's evasive, that's an A. But whenever this character challenges another character, it doesn't have to banish it. It just needs to challenge it. Another chosen character of yours gets +3 this turn. This is an easy S. The Phantom Blot, 3/1, 2 costs, rush. This can be a pretty decent removal, but the thing is like it's only 3 strength, and it's basically think of it as smash. Would you? The thing is like smash in draft would be S, right? Because it's a removal. But this doesn't have evasive. It can't reach those, and it also can't reach ready characters. A card like this for me, it's in between A or B. But because of it's an inkable and it's 1 willpower, I'm putting this on B. It doesn't survive. It doesn't value trade. 2 costs, 2/2/2. This is a C for me. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's not completely unplayable. 5 costs, 6/5 body. Can quest for 1. This is a pretty big body for me. Cards like this, it goes to A. I definitely play those on my draft decks. It's just hard to deal with, right? 7 cost inkable, out of order, banish the chosen characters. This is an inkable removal. I definitely would run one of this because it's inkable. It doesn't force you to play for it. But if you get to 7 and they have a character that is just so hard to deal with, like their finishers that are evasive and huge, this can be really good. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this on S. Ruby Coil. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, chosen character gets +2 this turn. That's a lot of reach, and it's inkable as well. I don't think it's the best card right there, but again, you have to down tempo play, and then later on it pays off when you're up tempo. But you have to play this on like turn 2 for it to be good. If you play this later on, it gets less value because you have to ink in order to trigger that. And for that, I'm putting this. I'm gonna put. I want to say I want to put it on A, but I'm gonna put it on B. Unconventional tool, 1 cost. When this item is banished, you pay 2 less. If you get the bell, this can be pretty decent, and you get some items, but it's just asking for too much. I'm putting this on C. Maurice's Machine, I'm putting this on C as well. It's really only really good when the other Maurice is there. It's not Ultra Megatonic, it's C. 2 cost, inkable, 3/2 body, can quest for 1. Your queen characters can gain ward. If you can have queen characters, it's pretty nice. But because it's just 3/2, it's super solid. I would say I would put this on A because you have the Annas and the Alcest that can work with it. Moana, 1/6, can quest for 1, 3 costs. The 1 strength is not just very cash money. I would never run this in my deck. It goes straight to D. Monsieur d'Arc, 1 cost, inkable, 1/2 body, can quest for 1. Whenever this character crosses, you may banish chosen item of yours and draw a card. This is not really draw. This doesn't give you extra resources, and it's asking you to play an item. It's just filter, and it's 1/2 as well. If you want to build for that full item deck, it's gonna be RNG in the first place, and it's a D. It's a D. 3 costs, a Gaten Moliere. That's a pretty decent body for 3 costs. I'm putting that on B. Bell, 3 costs, 3/3 body. Honestly, this reads to me as just 3 costs, 3/3 body, can quest for 1. If you can get an item, sure, to banish to play it for free. But again, you're spending 2 cards for a 3/3 body. It's not very cash money. I'm putting this on C. This is C for this format. It's obviously an S on the other format. Hey, 1/5 body, can quest for 2. Resist +1. When you play this character, put all your cards from your hand into your inkwell face down and exerted. It's inkable, sure. It's just not very cash money body. I'm putting this on D. I would never play this. I would never gamble on that. To lose, it goes to D. 1/3 is not good for 1 cost. 2 cost. Inkable, 1/2 body can quest for 2. Whenever this character quests, you may give chosen character -2 this turn. The small body is a put off. The 2 lore is a plus. Inkable is a plus, and the effect is a plus. I'm putting this on B. Pepper, quick thinking puppy, 2/2, quest for 1, 3 cost. Whenever one of your puppy characters is banished, you may put that card into your inkwell face down and exerted. You're not gonna run a bunch of puppies. That's just the truth. There's not a lot of ultra megatonic puppies, and for 3 cost 2/2 body quest for 1, it's just not good. I'm putting this on D. Freckles or Freckless. Two cost 2/2 body can quest for 1. When you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -1 this turn. This can be pretty decent. This can be somewhat playable. I would put this on B. It can win me trades. 2 costs, 2/2 body quest for 1. Whenever you play a Floodborn character, if you use shift to play them, you may remove up to 2 damage from your chosen character. First of all, I don't even know if I can like ever shift except for the universal shift. Also, at that time, there's not going to be any heal. I'm putting this on D. It's just asking for way too much. 3 costs, 3/3 body support can quest for 1. This is a super solid body, and I'm putting this on A. The support is amazing for 3/3, and it's only 3 costs, and it's inkable. 2 costs, inkable 2/1 can quest for 2. While you have a hero character in play, this gains ward. This is not bad. A 2/1 can quest for 2 with ward, but it's definitely not ultra megatonic, and I'm putting this on C. It's somewhat playable for your 2 costs. 5 costs, inkable, 2/7 body, can quest for 1. Lady Clock, again, if you have Maid Marian, this can be even better. It's a bodyguard and a ward. This is just huge. This is what do you call this? This is an ultra megatonic body for this format. I'm putting this on S. Jebediah Farnsworth, 3/3 support for 4 costs, support plus 1. When you play this character, chosen character gains plus resist plus 1 until the start of your next turn. This card right here just screams value to me because 3/3 support is already pretty decent. And the fact that I'm just getting value trades left and right. If I support something, I get a value trade, or I get a good trade. If I play this, it gives resist to another one. They get those characters get value trade. I'm gonna put this on an S. Water has a memory 1 cost, uninkable. Look at the top 4 cards of your chosen player's deck. Put 1 at the top of their deck and the rest on the bottom in any order. I'm putting this on D. I'm never gonna play that. It doesn't even pay for itself. Sapphire Coil. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may give a chosen character -2 this turn. 2 costs, inkable. This is like what do you call this? This is like the Ruby Coil, but it's the opposite, right? It's minus strength instead of plus 2. But in my opinion, -2 strength is better because it allows you to win trades, right? The other one just helps you close into that trade. It can help you win trades as well, but this is just more flexible. If I put that on B, I'm putting this on A. Again, the value of it goes down because it's asking for you to ink. 3 costs, inkable. Whenever you play a Floodborn character, if you use shift to play them, you may draw a card. This is just too expensive, and it doesn't guarantee a draw. You most likely will shift once in the game. I would never run this. I'm putting this on D. Dr. Calico, 4 costs, inkable, 3/4 body. While this character has no damage, he gains resist plus 2. This is an ultra megatonic body, and for that, I'm putting it on A. It's conditional, so it could have made it to S if it was just plus 2 resist without any condition. 2 cost, but they would never do that. That would be broken. 2 costs, inkable, 3/2 body, quest for 1. I'm putting this on B. It's a decent 2-drop. This card on the other hand is ultra megatonic for this format. 2 costs, 0/4, challenger 3, quest for 1. During your turn, this character gains evasive. This is your answer to those big annoying evasive characters. I'm putting this straight to S. And to a lot of other bodies on the board in general. 2 costs, 1/3, quest for 1. This is your bolt shift target. Whenever this character quests, if he has no damage, you may draw a card. Then choose and discard a card. It's literally just filter. It's 1-3 for 2 costs. It's not very cash money. If you get the bolt, this can go up to like maybe a C or a B at the most. But I'm putting this on D because it doesn't help me with the board at all. Hey 2/2 1 cost inkable conquest for 1. I'm playing Toby. 2 costs, 1/3 body, conquest for 1. When you play this character, if you have a character named Jafar in play, you may banish chosen item. Again, there's most likely not going to be a lot of items in general, and it's a 2 cost, 1/3 body. I'm putting this on D. I would never play this. Jafar, on the other hand, 3/2 quest for 2. When you play this chosen character gains challenger +2 this turn. This is like the crab of this set, except that it's a 3/2 body that can quest for 2. This is a pretty big threat in general. This goes to S. It helps me win trades, and it's fast and it can trade. TikTok, 5 costs, inkable, 5/6 body. During your turn, this character gains evasive while a pirate character is in play. The body is already amazing, but this can be an S if you have a lot of pirates. But without the pirates, this body it is a B. But because it's a combination of both, I would put this on A. Kakamora, Band of Pirates. Speaking of pirates, 4 costs. Inkable, 1/6 body, conquest for 1. While you have another character in play, this character gains challenger +3. If you get a lot of pirates, this is an easy in between S and A. But because you don't know if you have pirates yet, this is like in between B or C. It can go from S and A to B or C. But for now, I'm gonna put this on B. Mulan, 2/1, 1 cost, conquest for 1. When you play this character, you may draw a card, then choose a card and discard a card. This is just amazing. This is probably the second best after Toby. Toby is better because of the board. This is just a super solid turn 1 play. I would still put this to S. It helps you filter your hand, and you can literally, again, help telegraph how the game would go from there. Reveal, 4/3 body, 4/3 body, conquest for 1. During your turn, while you have a character named Miss Bianca or Bernard, this character gains evasive. This is gonna be your thing as well to take out evasive characters in general. But 3 costs, it's 4/3 body is pretty decent, and it can quest for 1. This is huge, and that's a big plus right there. I'm putting this on A. If you can get those characters and play. The Miss Bianca's right there, 6 cost, 5/5, conquest for 1. If you have an ally character in play, you pay 2 less to play this character. This is a straight up S. It's not hard to play an ally. You play for 4 costs, a 5/5 quest for 1. This is easily an S. Mufasa, 4 costs, 4/4 body, quest for 1. By itself, it's a B, but with the other Mufasa, it's amazing. I'm putting this on B. Double Trouble, 2 costs, deal 1 damage to damage each up to 2 chosen characters. This is your anti Cobra, Raja, Iago, and also there are some characters like Anastasia and Toby that you can target with this. The beauty of this is inkable. A 1 of this can go a long way in your deck. And for that, I'm putting this at A. Steel Coil. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. It's just filter. It's not really ultra megatonic if it's not establishing a body or anything. This is a down tempo on turn 2 as well, or a 2 cost down tempo that's an inkable. I'm putting this on D. I would never play that. Training Staff, except for 1 ink. Chosen character gains challenger +2 this turn. It doesn't give me draw. It doesn't give me anything. It's a down tempo play that could help me up tempo later on for a cost. I would much rather run the Ruby Coil, honestly, than this. It's definitely not the worst. This is like in between B or C, but for now, I'm going to put it on C. And that's it. That was it. That was our common and uncommon. Well, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed all of those tier lists that we did. I'm going to click share on this because I'm actually going to open all of this right now to show you guys. everything that we have. So this is what it looks like. That's a lot of S tiers for comments and uncommons. Drafts and sealed has more S tiers than constructed format, and this is why I love this format. It's just so much fun. Building decks is so much fun for me. It looks pretty decent to me, honestly. There's not much that we can talk about with this except for like the S tiers. I'm looking at the S tiers and I can see right away that yeah, they belong there. Definitely the Cobra can be an S tier as well. It's the reason why I put this on this tier is because if you play a 3 cost and then they play a card like Double Trouble, this just feels so bad. This just would feel really bad. It's the Vanish that made it go over here, but you can put it on S if you want. It's really up to you. It doesn't really matter. The point is, S, A are good. B is very, very playable. C can somewhat be playable. D is don't touch those cards. Don't touch those cards. The next one is Rhino, Tramp. Hades, I'm actually not gonna read this. I don't know why I started. This looks pretty good as well. This looks pretty good on this Shmiki McDoodle. I would put this on S because of like how good it is. The only thing is like you need to be able to build a board for it to be good. And on draft, it can be easy enough to actually do that. Again, these are the Ultra Megatonic one. S and A are Ultra Megatonic cards. B is very playable, and then C very rare that you would add this. It's like if you don't have any other choice, you would play this, and these just don't even touch them. Yeah, this one looks pretty good too. Just by looking at it, it can be pretty good. If you don't have any other choice, you play these. If you have a choice, you play these. As easy as that. And then you basically use this if all of them are in the pack. Well, only 2 of them can be in the pack because it's super rare. and then that last one, yep, this one as well. It sounds about right. This is a B tier. It's an okay body, right? This is an okay body as well. You don't know if you're going to be playing for that. There's just much better 6 costs in terms of body. This is definitely Ultra Megatonic though. In constructed. Again, pick the expensive card first. If you don't have the full collection. If you're playing to win, then don't pick them. But if you're playing to win, always pick legendaries first. Or enchanteds. Or foil legendaries. That's the way to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed this Shmiki McDoodlesmans. This tier list. I'm running out of words here. I've been recording for a while now. I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list, and I hope this will help you out. Good luck this weekend. Ultra Megatonic weekend. If you guys are watching this right now and the video just released, tomorrow or this morning, I will be in an event, an invite-only event by Ravensburger, and I will be opening a bunch of packs and playing some games with Speci, Villain, and PTCG Radio. I didn't want to say the word because it's a different game. No, I'm just kidding. PTCG Radio. We all know what that is. Is Ultra Megatonic creator as well. I'm super excited to hang out with all of them and open these packs. And yeah, it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna be playing with each other as well. We're gonna be playing a lot of sealed and draft, and let's see if we can apply this knowledge into that. Other than that, thank you very much for hanging out with us on this video. Don't forget to smash that like, subscribe, and bell button. Don't forget to comment down below your thoughts or just leave an emoji because it helps. Other than that, make sure to check out my metafy.gg/@EarlMeister for some coaching courses, and also this my very first class. The link is going to be down below. This is going to be on March 17th. During the release of this video, it's March 7th. So 10 days after this, we will be doing this. This will help you get set for set 7. I've been putting hundreds of hours studying the new cards, studying the possibilities of what's going to be meta, and I can help you choose your deck for your local scene or for big tournaments in general. Other than that, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.